Introducing team number 1 to my left at a combined weight of 435 pounds from East Bridgewater, Massachusetts, Chuck Cold Steel O'Neil. His partner from Olneyville, Rhode Island, Eric the Dream Catcher Spicely. Opponents to my right at a combined weight of 435 pounds, first from Las Vegas, Nevada, Matthew Deepwaters Riddle. His partner from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Drew Gulak.
Oh, not even waiting for introductions to get done. Denver, Colorado, the man off the place, calling the action alongside the wrench, Connor Claxton. Thanks for joining me, Connor.
Not a problem. I really, really like the way that match just started.
And here we go, trying to send Chuck O'Neil on the ropes, but just putting on the brakes. And these two have a little bit of unfinished business. Let me take you back to tournament for tomorrow for night 1. We had Matt Riddle as the official. Bit of a exhibition match between Chuck O'Neil and Eric Spicely, two men from the world of MMA who've now transitioned into professional wrestling that train together. They both trained under Biff Busick, but they both train together when they are preparing for their MMA bouts. Matt Riddle said, you know what? I like what you guys are doing. I think that we could hang together. And the very next day, they came out for a 6-man tag team match. It was Eric Spicely, Chuck O'Neil, and Matt Riddle teaming against Drew Gulak, his brother Rory Gulak, and Hot Sauce Tracy Williams. And, you know, honestly, there were points where it looked like Spicely and O'Neil were in over their head. They don't have nearly as much professional wrestling training as Matt Riddle. You know, I love getting guys, any experience level, in the ring, see what they can do. It's always a good learning experience, win, lose, or draw. But after the match, Matt Riddle said, you know what? I had to carry both you guys. We're lucky that I was able to pull off the victory. And, you know, things got very heated. They didn't come to blows, but now they're getting their aggression out. So just getting you caught up to speed, Connor Claxton. I know you get hit in the head a lot.
Well, these guys are hitting pretty hard now. I enjoy watching this more than anything. I'm excited to see the transition from the MMA world to pro wrestling.
Now, you trained extensively under Drew Gulak. He is your primary trainer in the world of professional wrestling. Is that correct?
Yes.
Does he specialize in one particular type of style, or do you get a very rounded education when you're training under the Drew Gulak learning umbrella?
Well, we get a very, very rounded education in all sorts of ways to cause pain and all sorts of uncomfortableness to your opponent. Drew is particularly good at that.
Is tag team wrestling one thing that Drew Gulak specializes in? I would say yes. Not a bad choice for a partner out of Matt Riddle.
He sees you doing, ooh,
and two holds that are more familiar in the pro wrestling world, that water wheel slam and then dropping the elbow, not something you're going to see in the octagon. So again, much more difficult for Chuck O'Neil and Eric Spicely to get acclimated.
Well, I mean, again, these are two guys who have never done any form of tag team fighting before, so Gulak has the experience with that one, and him and Matt Riddle seem to be holding it down pretty well right now.
I feel like in the world of MMA, there's so much more respect. Oh, here we go.
Here it is.
For the official, and you saw as soon as Spicely came to the aid of Chuck O'Neil, as soon as he made eye contact with the official, he retreated back to his corner. He doesn't want to do anything to risk disqualification, but, I mean, then again, tag team MMA is not something that's very common for a reason.
And Gulak seems to be helping Riddle get acclimated to tag team wrestling very quickly. They are firmly in control. And Drew out-grappling the MMA guy at the moment. A nice, mean chin lock.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to defeat Chuck O'Neil from this position, but he can maintain control of the head. When you control the head, you control the body. But Chuck O'Neil's a physical specimen. This guy's very, very strong.
See if Drew can wear him down enough with this.
Able to escape contact. And here comes the dream catcher. Oh, man. That's one thing, is that these MMA guys specialize in certain types of offensive maneuvers like that right there. Gulak, no way he was ever going to be able to protect himself. And again, that judo throw. Now he's got him in the waist lock. Sent him for the ride with that German suplex. But you can see he's got his eyes focused on Drew Gulak. He's not even paying mind to Matt Riddle, who's trying to recover on the apron.
And that's when mistakes happen.
I think getting caught up in the moment here. Huge crowd at Fete Music. And Chuck asking, perhaps, Eric, you got to think better of it, but he's going to make a decision soon because he might give Drew Gulak too much time to recover. But instead, connecting square in the chest with that Swanton bomb.
I don't think he learned that at any MMA
That's
school.
not an MMA move. Now, Connor, you're very well versed on the ground. What is it like when an opponent comes at you with an aerial maneuver? How do you prepare for that?
I mean, there's no real way to prepare for being squashed. You just got to hope that that person is a lot smaller than you. I have been landed on by guys at DJ Hyde and Stockade, and I'll tell you, it does not feel good. And it definitely changes the way you feel throughout the whole match, just losing that win.
It's very important thing a lot of people don't realize that when you all those attacks to the chest chops, that takes no wind away from you. I mean, let's face it. I mean, I've got a cold. I was trying to load the food truck earlier today. I went in and out with a couple crock pots. Couldn't even friggin' breathe. And I'm not trying to defend myself. I'm just trying to load the truck. These guys are fighting. These guys are trying to, make a living doing this.
Absolutely.
Every single one of those boots taking more and more wind away from them.
Maybe Matt Riddle should get some boots. It hurts some more.
Now, one thing that I wanted to point out earlier is we did see some better tag work between Chuck and Eric, although, Eric Spicely needs to get to his corner. He needs to tag into Chuck right now. But again, in the world of MMA, you don't have that opportunity to tag out. So, Fisherman Buster right under the bridge.
Beautiful. Again, something they're maybe not used to. They're having their moments. They're showing a little bit of their learning process, but Gulak's holding down way better.
Look at that. He's got the arm and the head.
Quick tags.
Oh, and with the referee distracted, Gulak took in a cheap shot on Chuck O'Neal.
He's not knocked down entirely, though. Matthew Riddle was holding him on the ropes for a while there.
Oh, coming down at a high angle with that body slam. Yeah, Gulak better not take his eyes off of Spicely. He's a mastermind in that ring, man. The things that this guy can accomplish. You hate to compare somebody to anybody because you never want them living in their shadow, but there's not a single wrestler in the world that reminds me more of an early Bryan Danielson than Drew Gulak. He's still so very young in his career, and I feel like he's done it all.
I've seen Drew hurt people in all sorts of ways. I could pull up several matches and show you a young almost anybody in this business.
Have you wrestled Drew Gulak?
Oh, twice.
You live to tell the tale. Congratulations.
I live to tell the tale. I'm a lot more limber after those matches.
Right now, these guys are just torturing Eric Spicely. He's a long way, practically across town from Odiville to tag in Chuck O'Neal. Riddle could be making a mistake right there. He wanted to get him in the clinch. It allowed Spicely the opportunity to fire off one shot, and he just lost his mind.
Matthew Riddle firing up now. Big knees in the corner.
Very good tag team strategy.
They've been doing a great job. A lot of the work has been over in their corner and away from their opponent's corner.
You see Gulak gesturing, Eric. Just tagging Chuck O'Neal as if it was that simple. And now Chuck O'Neal's trying to get the crowd to rally support by Eric Spicely. Tell you what, it's going to take a lot more than being the hometown boy. When you come in that Beyond Wrestling ring here in Fete Music, you got to impress. Oh, there we go.
Damn. There's a strike. Gulak is frozen. I don't think Gulak believes what just happened.
I think he had him out on his feet. Now trying to coordinate a tag team suplex. Now bringing in the knees to the referees, trying to get control. Get very unorthodox competitors. Oh, coming in with that uppercut. Gulak was trying to block it. And now trying to pull him out of the corner and taking over that side belly-to-belly suplex.
Drew's out of two. Drew's out of two.
Chuck O'Neal's got to stay on top of him. He's got Gulak reeling, but he's got to keep taking
way too much time.
I think one of the things that they have to try and deprogram themselves is that in MMA world, when there's that moment of separation, it's usually from the official and, allowing for a clean break, but it's different, It's a different rule set here in professional wrestling. They need to figuratively and literally learn the ropes. Oh, took him over that time.
Big belly-to-belly off the top of Drew Gulak.
Great strength, very explosive. Oh, man, Riddle just punched him in the head. And there's Spicely with a potential knockout shot. Chuck O'Neil trying to shake the cobwebs. Now trying to direct traffic with Eric Spicely.
See what they can do. Calling for 3D. There's no table. Oh! And still just as vicious, table or no table.
Gulak just walked right into that one. And there's Riddle to break it up.
So one thing I've learned to train Drew Gulak is you don't want to give him these seconds because he can be gone in a second. Taking a little too much time.
Just a big mistake here too. You know, Eric Spicely is so used to striking his opponent on his feet. When you got your opponent down, you got to go after him, and he should know better than that. He should be going after a submission, but I think these guys are trying to showboat a little bit too. Show, you know, exactly what they've learned in their pro wrestling training, but a win's a win, especially the final show here at Fete Music. And here comes Riddle again, a lot of quick tags. And this is what this is all about. Matthew Riddle said that Chuck O'Neil was trash. Now what happened there?
Looks like he got poked in the eye.
Now Riddle got caught in the eye right there. And the referee's backing up because he's going to check on him.
Oh.
Now wait a minute!
It was a ruse! It was a ruse!
Oh, come on!
Oh! Matthew Riddle gets him.
The inexperience of Chuck O'Neil and Eric Spicely catching up with him.
A little possum there.
Riddle and Drew Gulak.
Actually, I don't know how much possum he was playing. He does have a little bit of blood above his eye.
It looks like Riddle's cut's above the nose. He was favoring the eye. I mean, obviously, if the referee's going to see blood, he's going to do whatever it takes to stop it, to check to make sure that the competitor can still continue. And Gulak's questioning Riddle. And Riddle's out of his fucking mind. Let's be real.
He's smiling. He's smiling.
And Gulak forcing the handshake. But I don't think issues are done here. Oh, just flicking his blood. How disrespectful is that? Chuck O'Neil thinking better of it. Eric Spicely there to stop him. I mean, again, you got to think these guys come from the world of MMA. You take a cheap shot after that, like the match is over, you're going to get fined. You might get thrown out of your promotion. So we give Chuck O'Neil credit for trying to keep his cool, but you wouldn't have blamed him for trying to retaliate there.
Someone should let him know he can just grab a chair.